Welcome to Barron's Roundtable, where we get behind the headlines and prepare you for the week ahead. I'm Jack Otter. We're all over this week's big market movers, tracking the largest IPO in history as SpaceX finally hits the public markets. Plus, the World Cup has become big business. We'll dive into who could be the corporate winners. Let's begin with our expert panel and three things investors ought to be thinking about right now. On the Barron's Roundtable, my colleagues Josh Schaefer, Megan Leonard, and Jacob Sonnenschein. So Josh, obviously SpaceX sucked up all the oxygen and the trading talk this week, but other stuff was going on in the markets as well.
Yeah, Jack, SpaceX, it felt like before Friday took up all the energy, and then certainly on Friday, I know we were all watching that tape very closely, closed up about 20%. But the thing with SpaceX, it can't really move the whole market. There's plenty of other things happening that move the rest of the stocks in the indexes right now, and it was an interesting week for that. So you got bad inflation data that maybe spooked investors a little bit, but not quite, because you turn around to Thursday, and President Trump once again talking about this Iran war coming to an end soon, and what you saw is another move lower in oil. You take a look at WTI closing below $85 this week. That's its lowest level in 2 months. It's down over 20% since its May high. So I think lower oil starting to drive a little bit of a rotation in this market too. So with the war perhaps coming to an end, lower oil, you think about some of the economically cyclical sectors within the S&P 500. You take a look at something like financials. You take a look at even staples, some of the consumer areas, and then also real estate. Those areas have started to catch a bid as investors are moving a little bit out of tech stocks.
We've been talking about the rotation, I feel like, for years, whether it's cyclical or into value, and the value index has beaten growth this year so far. But then it always feels like a head fake. Well, what do you think? Is this for real? I guess it depends partly on oil.
Hey, Jack, I get why you might laugh me off the set if I tell you there's going to be a rotation. I think I wrote that story at the beginning of 2024, 2025, and 2026. But I think what you're starting to see at this point is at least other reasons to believe in the rotation. Maybe it won't outperform tech. I can't tell you that SanDisk stock isn't going to go up another 200%, because it certainly might. We all keep thinking it won't, and then it continues to do that. But I think in an area like financials is interesting. When you start thinking about that SpaceX IPO, the growth in the IPO market, you have other companies potentially coming public, and a strong economy. That's a reason to be interested in financials, and you saw that on Friday with Goldman Sachs and Morgan Stanley stocks rallying.
And $500 million in fees didn't hurt either.
Yeah, exactly.
Let's talk more about SpaceX, Jacob. Largest IPO ever, largest hype ever, and yet it went off kind of orderly, almost in a boring way. It landed actually pretty much where Barron's predicted it would land.
It went up about 20% today. I mean, we've seen moves a lot bigger than that. In 2019, Airbnb's first day move was a more than twofold move. But SpaceX at over $1 trillion market cap went up 20%. Don't be disappointed in that. That's pretty good. But there's historical precedent for that type of first day move.
I do think that when we're talking about SpaceX, I'm very happy that my retirement funds are not quite as exposed as we were potentially going to be. Obviously, the S&P Dow Jones indices were kind of contemplating this idea that they were going to bend the rules a little bit. They were going to introduce some of these big IPOs a little bit earlier, a little less seasoned. They walked that back, thankfully, and so now we're going to have a little bit longer to test out some of these really big, massive ones. Obviously, the NASDAQ went a little bit of a different route, and they're actually going to be adding SpaceX to the NASDAQ 100 next month.
Yeah, and don't be surprised if at some point these stocks underperform badly. As our colleague Nate Wolf pointed out in an article, they tend to do that.
I think at this point, SpaceX to me will just sort of become a sentiment indicator of sorts, like how you use Tesla. You're looking for where the speculative trade is and where the money goes. But remember, it's an unprofitable company. I don't think it's going to be a great indicator for what happens with, say, Anthropic. There's reports that that is a profitable company. I think SpaceX is more of a sentiment indicator, and I wouldn't expect it to move with the market necessarily.
Yeah, or a meme stock. We'll say the world's largest meme stock. Let's move quickly. I do want to mention one fun SpaceX thing. Buzzing around Morgan Stanley, they believe that 100 billionaires were minted on Friday. The Times then reported that over 4,000 millionaires were minted. So a lot of money sloshing around. We'll see where that goes.
Maybe that would have been good for my retirement.
Megan, let's talk about the economy. That is your beat, as you often point out. We got some numbers that you didn't really hear that much because of all the SpaceX hype, but they were kind of a big deal.
They were a big deal. We had the consumer price index this week. That obviously was 4.2%. That takes us back a couple of years to those big highs that we saw in 2022. We got a little bit of a nice bump, though, for core, where it was only 2.9. That made markets happy. Unfortunately, that didn't even last 24 hours because then we got wholesale inflation. That was bad. We are back up to 6.5% year over year. And there is a wide range of issues there. And unfortunately, the oil oil shock is broadening, according to the data.
And this will be an interesting moment next week when we have a new face behind the podium with the Fed press conference. Kevin Warsh takes a seat. We know there's been pressure on him. His marching orders were to lower rates. It doesn't really seem possible right now.
It is really a hard take right now to do that. Kevin Warsh is going to be obviously, trying his darndest to make the mandate work. But bottom line is we've got inflation and it's been high. It's been elevated above that 2% target for 62 months. That's over 5 years at this point. That's something that we're going to have to watch. And unfortunately, it's going to be a steady meeting for most of us, but then we could actually be facing rate hikes this year.
I'm guessing the one word he will definitely not say is transitory. Not on our bingo card. All righty. As the largest IPO in history hits the market, the SEC is proposing a big rule change that could mean the end of quarterly earnings reports. Ritholtz Wealth Management's Barry Ritholtz is here on SpaceX and his own proposal on earnings. Next.